My dear community, welcome to my channel. My name is Wei-Jen, and I help people to attract their desired lifestyle and love by expanding awareness, self-love, and energy vibration. Today, the topic is about mastering your energy vibration to attract the things or people that you want into your life. And this video is going to be a little bit special than the other, as today it is the US Thanksgiving long weekend holiday. And I know this also including me that, not every holiday or every, occasion, festival is always my favorite one. Sometimes I have a little bit rough time with Mother's Day or Father's Day. This year I have a little bit rough time with Thanksgiving. And so I want to be vulnerable with you guys and then, stay connected and then share with you my strength, hope, and experience. And hopefully this will also bring you some inspiration. And you also know that you are not alone. Okay, so how is that going to link it to the topic that I just introduced you guys, which is mastering your energy vibration? Okay, if you know Tony Robbins, he said something in the past, and then I will always remember that, is that in our life, in order to have happy, successful life, there are two important elements that will determine our state of being and then how successful or happy our life is. One is the meaning, is what does that mean to us? And then the second, once we determine the meaning of the matter or of the situation, relationship, or job, anything, right? That is going to determine our emotion or our state of being. So to give you an example, Mother's Day used to be a really, really difficult holiday to me because I remember when I was younger, even a teenager, I was trying to get myself ready to celebrate, to learn how to celebrate Mother's Day with my mother, because that involves intimacy and emotional vulnerability, to celebrate Mother's Day. And so I remember that me and my younger sister, we went to 7-Eleven and then secretly, order a Mother's Day cake and then waited to bring it to home to give our mother a surprise. And then turns out on that day, we brought the cake home as our first time trying to learn how to celebrate Mother's Day. And we waited for her to come home, and we waited until the late night. She gave us a phone call and then says that she flew to another foreign country to fight for her marriage because she was told by somebody, there was a fair living with my dad in the foreign country in their house, and she couldn't wait for any extra seconds, to fly to the foreign country and to beat the woman up and then even cut her hair and then kick her out. And, so therefore she wasn't coming home for another while, and she didn't leave any notes, didn't leave any money at home for us. And in that household, it was just me and my younger sister. And that was the only time that I remember about Mother's Day. And since then, when I was a teenager, since that Mother's Day until several years ago, I had lived in that particular holiday in a very victimized way, if you can relate it to that. It could be a very trigger to me, Mother's Day. But, since I step into my self-empowerment and step into this victor consciousness and started my personal transformation and a spiritual awakening journey, I took that power back and to be, more self-empowered for me. And then that, to me, that is a way to express self-love, because I made a conscious decision that I am not going to allow myself to feel any self-pity, or resentment towards to my mother. Instead, I want to be able to forgive and have compassion and love towards to me and to my mother. So I made the conscious decision that I refuse to be in the very negative or sad state of being during the Mother's Day. And that is the meaning that I decided I was going to choose. So ever since I made that conscious decision, now when the Mother's Day comes, I intend to make the best day that I can on Mother's Day, mainly for me, not for my mother, not for anybody else. And I can tell you that, because I changed that meaning, how I interpreted Mother's Day, right? It also changed my energy. And it also elevates my energy vibration. And, with that level of my energy vibration, I can continue with my day the way that I want it, the way that I want to create, with the things that I want to attract. And this also includes Thanksgiving Day too. I know that there are some people, out there you might feel lonely, you might in the middle of the breakup, you might in the middle of the, health or financial or family crisis, right? This also includes me now today, where I am today. Is that I'm not in a perfect or in the la land shape, in my current situation. I have a little bit rough patch here and there with my spouse, as he expressed himself that he wants to divorce, and I don't know where does he stand today, but that's not something, I get to figure out unless we have a communication, unless he decides he's going to be open and then vulnerable and have a transparent communication with me, right? But otherwise, that's not something that I can, figure out for him, nor is my responsibility to try to fix or change things the way that I want without respecting his choices and his desire. So, I could have choose to be sad on Thanksgiving because I don't get to celebrate Thanksgiving and create memories with my husband or with other people, but only being alone, right? I could choose that kind of mindset. That is an option, right? Be sad and laying in bed, being depressed, those kind of thing. Or I could choose to share my vulnerability with you guys in a very authentic way, and yet at the same time continue to spend some time nurturing my inner self, my intellect, my emotional self, my creativity as well. I could go to the gym and do some workout. I also could spend some hours doing some creative work, things like that, or meditate, or have a walk. Those are the things that I feel more, have more desire that I want to do, even though it's Thanksgiving. So you see, my point here is that we have options. If we really pay attention and be aware to not let outside the circumstance, the external reality, to determine how our state of being is going to be, right? If we refuse to let other people or to let the outside reality to control us, right? Then we get to choose what kind of state of being do we want to have? Do we want to be in there? And that is also going to determine, the meaning that we are going to interpretate. I could interpretate Thanksgiving as a sad holiday to me because XYZ, right? Or I can create a new meaning, a different meaning that serves me better. That, okay, maybe Thanksgiving or Mother's Day, I may not have a great experience in the past with these holidays, right? But because of those experiences, they made me to be who I am today and where I am today. And I'm grateful for those experiences and those people in the past, in those experiences. So it got me to realize that I have a power to rewrite these experiences for me, for my future, and for my heart, for my inner self, not for anybody. So that is something that I want to share with you guys, is that decide what the meaning that you want to give, whether it's a holiday or a relationship or a circumstance or a job situation or an object. You know that we oftentimes we hear people that say, oh, this triggers me, or that triggers me, or when you do this it triggers me, or that sound, or that, you know, that VW white car triggers me because, you know, my ex-boyfriend or girlfriend had that car and things didn't work out. So ever since then, when I see VW white, it always triggers me and it reminds me about my ex. That is a meaning we chose. Or we can choose completely different meaning. So really the decision is on us. And then again, once we interpretate, we decide what kind of meaning do we want to give, right? That is going to create a different feelings, a different emotion, a different state of being. When we have a different state of being, that's also going to affect the actions, the decisions we're gonna make next. And then when we make a decisions or we take some certain actions, right, it creates an experience. And that experience can be either negative or positive. It can be something we like, something we don't enjoy. So you see that how everything is linked together, right? So I hope that, you know, regardless, you know, Thanksgiving is your favorite holiday or is the most troublesome holiday to you because, you know, family always has its own issues. Or if you're just alone, right? We have the power to choose how we're going to make the best out of it. And I just want to invite you and encourage you, do something to choose that you're going to love yourself unconditionally in a healthy and a safe way, in a very sustainable way that will serve you present and then also future. So that's my message today. I hope you find this video is very insightful and valuable to you. If you find this is valuable to you, feel free to like my video and even subscribe my channel or leave the comment. I would love to hear your feedback. And if you want to dive into a deeper personal transformation journey, also feel free to book a free 30 minutes discovery call with me to find out whether or not working with me is a good fit for you. Until then, I will see you in the next video. And again, happy Thanksgiving. And I am so grateful that, you know, I have this community that I get to share my strength and hope and my story with you. I hope that you find this is inspiring to you. If not, you know, that's okay. Just take what you like and then leave the rest. And, you know, keep coming back. So until then, happy Thanksgiving.